in order to do this. But it's great the U.S. will be back going to the moon, and it just helps in so many other aspects of science. When you're pushing and developing new technology, that can help in so many other applications. So that's
basically what I was saying to
see.
you.
And
easier way to
I
switch,
just want to mention that
quickly,
we've been covering Iona basketball, and you can see our page, Iona College Basketball Report on Facebook, and they had two big wins this weekend. On Friday, 78-56 over Niagara, and on Sunday, 90-60 over Canisius, and the two guards, Dennis Jenkins and Walter Clayton, really played very well.
And that'll be easier.
And big center Nelly Jr. Joseph looked a little more aggressive.
I mean,
than
like, so
Barrett.
this is just a minute, and when it's over, I want to go to the next one. So what we can do is
was
just
also getting quite a few points. They have
hold
one of
down
their
Control
biggest
W
home
and
games
just hit
in
space.
years. On
And I'll
Tuesday
start the
night,
next
they're going
one.
to play the University of St. Louis, the Billikens, coming in 7-2, rated as high as number 15 in the country on the RPI. And
Don't get
they're coached by
overwhelmed.
Travis Ford.
I'll be right here
who
to show you,
played
just
for
in case.
Coach
But I want
Pitino
you to do
at
it.
Kentucky.
want
And
me to
so
do
one of
that
the
with
reasons
the
they were
W
able to
and
set
the-
up this home and home. Iona played out at St. Louis last year.
I mean, yeah,
And,
if you
and
want
it was
to.
interesting after the game yesterday doing the post-game press conference
But what
with Steve
I'm saying is, it's just two additional
He's
buttons.
now on
So
the
what
staff.
these
He's
do,
unpaid,
it's
but
just
he's
closing
taking
a
he's
tab.
joined the
So
staff
these are the
supporting
tabs
Rick
that we have.
Pitino.
Didn't you learn that in
And he did the
the
post-game. Of course, he's a former Manhattan coach
it
for
was just the
11 years.
most
So
basic stuff. That's
all of
why
us in the press
that's why
conference were saying what a big
Okay, then don't worry about it.
change
So we'll
in
do work through
circumstance,
it
but glad to
together.
have
When
Coach
you can just do the
Nastiello
space
helping
bar,
out
and
at
I'll
Iona.
switch the tabs.
Now, we had a couple things I mentioned earlier. We were up at West Point for the branch night for the class of 2023, one of the milestones towards graduation and commissioning for them, and they received their assignments in the U.S.
I just wanted to
Army. We
explain
had a chance
that
to talk to
because
the
it was like,
guest
it's a lot
speaker
easier to do
for
it
the evening.
this
Gave a
way
very
than
short
to reach
to the
over with
point
the
No, I
mouse when you're
that
doing
was
this. You
General
understand?
John
totally
Abizaid,
appreciate it.
who's a
It's just
former
that
ambassador to Saudi Arabia, also the former CENTCOM
I've
commander,
never
and
used a
former
computer.
commander
I
of the
know
Big Red
that.
1, the 1st
So
Infantry Division.
it's like
So let's hear a
they
little
just
bit of
told
our
us the
talk
most-
with
Okay,
General
we're gonna start.
Abizaid.
So space bar. Go ahead. Nice. There we go. It's playing.
I'll
raise him up a little bit.
John Abizaid. And General, what was it like for you to be here tonight and address the class?
I'll be standing in front of them after 50 years.
That's loud enough?
Difference between my
It's
class
okay.
and
You
theirs.
can raise it a little bit. I think
It's,
it might be a little low.
very,
Is that what
very
you think?
powerful
Yeah.
thing. They're excited. They're ready.
But then if you're ever unsure, what we could do, JC, is check air product.
A very, very powerful.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think it
that's
sounds
good.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go back. Go back to.
Oh, you
good.
have to
Is there a
hit this
particular
once you do that.
aspect of
Doesn't
training
do it
that's vital
automatically.
for
That's
an
right.
Army officer today?
An Army officer has to know how to fight. That's vital. Fight and lead.
Absolutely.
So right now we
Highlight
got
of your career of service
20
in the
seconds
Army?
left of this interview.
I think the highlight
And what I
of
think
my
he's going to
career
do is going to
was
talk
when I
about the
was
video before
CENTCOM
moving on to the
commander,
next one. So
And I had
when it's
previously
over, I'm
been
just
the
going to close it
commandant
out.
of
So we'll have the next one ready.
Seeing
Right.
young captains and lieutenants. that
I
had trained
totally
as commandant
appreciate you teaching
fighting
me.
in Iraq
It's
and
just that
Afghanistan. That was the highlight of my life.
Everyone learns at their
don't
own
have
pace.
an
JC.
understanding of any of this
And great to
yet.
have that opportunity to speak to General Abizaid. And on Saturday, I was
See, so
back
now
at
the
West
next one's
Point
queued up.
for the West
Right.
Point Holiday Show performed
So I
by
can,
the
this,
West
it's
Point
okay
Band.
that this
It's-
is like,
it's set.
we're
It's really
just
a
gonna hit
delightful
All you have
event
to do
that
is hit
is
space
performed both
bar.
Saturday and
Okay.
Sunday. And they'll be performing
Just a
at
tap,
the
like a-
Army-Navy game
That's it.
on Saturday. They will provide the March On music as the Corps of Cadets goes out on the field in their famous formation. And then they will be providing music accompaniment at halftime. They're going to be doing a special halftime show. So we had a chance to speak to their new band commander and director. He came aboard in July. That is Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Tobin.
And it's Ken Kraetzer for
Perfect.
CaMMVetsMedia. We're at West
Yeah.
Point today for the West Point Holiday Concert, and I have a chance to talk to the commander of the, and it's Ken Kraetzer for Cam and Tobin.
Yep, sounds good to
And,
me.
Colonel, great to be with you today. Another wonderful show. What was it like to put this together?
So let's see how long this one is.
It's such a joy.
3 minutes and
Love
38
performing,
seconds.
love performing for audiences, and to be able to be back here in this hall with so many excited people was absolutely a thrill.
What does it take to put this together? You've got musicians, you got vocalists, and you got the Hellcats. Right.
Well, you know, the Army knows how to plan. We started planning this about 8 months ago, coming up with a set list, deciding how the staging and lighting would work, and then that rolled into rehearsals over the last 2 weeks. We started before Thanksgiving, and resulted in what you saw today.
Tell us about the vocalist. Obviously, Mary Kay Messenger is a very familiar person to the Hudson Valley,
It's just-
and a wonderful
I don't
group
know
we've seen
many
the Benny
keyboard
Havens
shortcuts, JC.
band
This is
quite
just one
often.
I always use because
Yeah,
it really
so
helps.
we have, 5 vocalists
Like if
all
you've got to
told,
switch between tabs
and,
quickly, all you don't have to reach for this. All you have to do is hold down Control and hit W.
You know, Frank
And that's it.
Astorna does that crooner stuff really, really well. And of course, as you said, Mary Kay Messenger is really famous here in the Hudson Valley.
And tell us about your performers, professional musicians, soldiers in the United States Army. Tell us a little bit about your orchestra members.
Yeah, it's not hyperbole when I say that these are some of the most talented musicians in the country. We hold competitive auditions whenever there's an opening here, and we get people from all across the country, most of whom who have degrees in music, many have master's in music.
No, it's just
several
these
have
two,
doctorate degrees in
right?
music.
Yeah,
So
I mean, he's
they're
only got one more
incredibly
interview.
talented. They come
But
from
sometimes he
schools
just
in
does the one
country.
interview,
They make
so
up
we don't have to
great
switch
songs.
between tabs. But
And
this is
you
just
go
an easier way to do
across
it.
the Hudson Valley with performances
But I mean, this
during
is
the
the
course
last
here. Of
one,
course,
right?
Nope, one
many
more.
events
Oh,
here at
there's
West Point.
another
We got a
one.
special
One more up
one
there.
next Saturday in Philadelphia at the Army Navy game. Tell us about that, if you would.
Yeah, so, you know, famous Army Navy game, the band is very involved in everything that's going on there, from playing at the pep rallies, doing the march on, where the Corps of Cadets come into the stadium, and then our Benny Havens band is going to do a spectacular halftime show, which will include fireworks.
Oh, looking forward to that. They're always terrific. Now, if you would, just tell us a little bit about your background in music and in the Army.
Sure. I've been in the Army 19 years, and I have enjoyed every single day. I said to the audience today that I have the best job in the world, and I absolutely believe that. I come from Pennsylvania originally, studied at Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and then Eastman School of Music, studied conducting, joined the Army, and have been doing it ever since.
What
Okay,
final
he's-
thought? What's been your best moment
gonna-
or a
he had
highlight
his
of your
finger
career
up,
in the
so-
Army and
Does
leading
he, that's it? He
orchestra?
wants an end?
There have been a lot of them. I've been very fortunate.
I'm not sure. He had his hand up and his finger, and then he put it back
Say,
down.
I think today was the highlight.
That's
So
me.
watching.
Wonderful performance. Also going to be broadcast
It's over
on
now,
Fox
so
later
Okay.
during the
I would leave
during
the
the
theater where
holiday
it is.
season. Lieutenant Colonel Dan Tobin, thank you. Wonderful concert. We'll see you at the Army Navy game next week.
Look forward to it. Beat.
Okay, enjoyed being up at the West
All
Point
right.
holiday show, and that will be telecast later this month on Fox. We'll find out the exact date and time
WVOX,
of
please
that
hold.
performance. I've done that
30.
before. And it brings us to Saturday's Army-Navy game, and I think it's going to be a very close one between the two. Both have had about 500 seasons, and really will look at the season as successful if they can win this Army-Navy game. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, this could be a close game. Navy is actually doing pretty well in that. Their defense has had a great year. John Marshall, I think, has a record-setting year in terms of the number of sacks he has. And it should be a good crowd at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Back there at the Link, they've hosted it many times. Last year, the game was actually at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, not far from here. Really big crowd for that game.
So I don't think
Probably
they're
a
gonna do
big
the
crowd
last
for
interview.
this game.
No.
No, it'll be a
because it's
sellout of
running
over
out
about
of time,
70,000
so-
at the Link, and incredible intensity. The pregame activity, the march on of the Corps of Cadets in their long gray coats with the hoods, and then also the
WVOX,
Brigade of
please hold.
Midshipmen out on the field. It's just a stirring sight. It's one of the most iconic moments in college football. And then the intensity of the national anthem, normally sung by the glee clubs of the two schools, and then the entrance of the teams, and then the coin toss with either the president. We don't know if President Biden's going to attend. He might, but he'll send someone senior from the cabinet or from the Defense Department. Might be General Milley. So we will see. But the coin toss is something, and then when the teams enter the
Keep this
field,
down, right?
it
He's
is
not
so
gonna
much
do
high
it.
energy because
Yeah.
when Navy comes
Put that
out on
down.
the field, a couple of fighter jets fly over the stadium.
That's right.
And when Army comes out on the field, about 4 big helicopters fly over field. And one thing the Army can do is they can fly loud and they can fly low and they can fly slow.
Yeah.
So they make a lot of noise. But then they go out and play football. It's a great one. It's a 3 o'clock start. I watch on the network, and it will be an interesting day. Jack, thanks for everything.
You've been listening to CaMMVets Radio Report on
27.
WQX AM 4060 around the world, WQX.com. We thank today's special guest, General John Abizaid,
Yep.
the former U.S.
Yep.
Central Commander,
Yep, we're all set with
Central
that.
Command, and Lieutenant
talking.
Colonel Daniel Tobin, Commander of the West Point Band. Remember, check out our Facebook pages, CaMMVets Radio Report, Resources
7.
page, our Internet Basketball Report page, and our West Point Football Report page. And until next week, remember to thank a veteran.
Nice.
Continuing the legacy of Bill O'Shaughnessy, 1460 WVOX. New Road.
CD.
A traffic jam at sea. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Oil tankers lining up off the coast of Turkey, with the Financial Times reporting Turkey is demanding new proof of full insurance coverage after new Western restrictions on Russian oil, including a price cap, kicked in.
All this is meant to make it harder.
Okay.